Hello, welcome back to Crushing Sounds. My name is Chris. Finally back with a video review, first one of 2024. It's only been May. So what with all my new commitments over at the Razor's Edge and elsewhere, I'm forced to split my time, so to speak. So I've been content sharing the albums that I've been listening to on our end of month videos this year, which have been doing really well actually, so thank you all so much for watching those if you've done so. However, I always knew that I would make an exception and break rank if something was coming out that I was really excited for. As such, today I'm looking at the new EP from Bristol's Moon Reaper titled Black Sun Sorcery. If you followed this channel for any length of time, really, you'll know I've been a massive fan of this band almost since their inception. I got to take a look at their single Spiralism ahead of that release. I ranked their EP Descent in my top releases of 2021, and I've interviewed them 3 times, I think, with a new lineup since their last release and an amazing set at last year's Bloodstock Festival. I, along with many people, have been eagerly awaiting some official releases of new music with the new lineup. As always, massive thanks to Moon Reaper for sending me the EP ahead of release, so let's dive straight in to Black Sun Sorcery. I've always found Moon Reaper to be a little bit hard to categorise, which is how I like it, to be fair. There's bits of black metal, bits of doom, bits of groove, bits of hardcore, but one thing is always certain: it sounds fucking massive, something you're hit straight away with from the opening track, Beyond Obscurity. The band tries to embody what they describe as cosmic atmosphere, which you very much feel throughout the whole package, not just in the subject matter, but in the scope of the music as well. Outside of a few moments here and there that will bring things down for a bit of tension building, the music sounds absolutely enormous. It's like you're being roared at by some Lovecraftian demon. I could honestly gush over all the elements of the EP that are great just in this one song, but I'll try and save some points for the other tracks as well. What I will say though is that the breakdown at the end of Beyond Obscurity made me pull that face. If you know, you know. One of the secret weapons of this band at this point is the vocal pairing between Morgan and Sheeran. Both can do the incredible brutal stuff, but also the high fry stuff as well. But they're very clever at knowing who should take what register when both are doing vocals at the same time. I'm also a sucker for when two vocalists just bounce off of each other, you know, like that trading back and forth the lines between each other. It's just a dynamic that I'm really fond of, and you have plenty of that here. It gives it a really good sense of pace, despite the fact that the music is quite stumpy and broody, not especially fast, if that makes any sense. But it's not all just punch you in the jaw brutal. It also has moments that are very open and very epic, such as the chorus bit on the title track. It's a very enslaved style guitar playing, which I absolutely adore, and it really, again, adds to that sense of scope that this band do so incredibly well. But it also knows when to get groovy as fuck as well. It's one of the reasons why I find this band quite difficult to categorize, because you have all these different elements going on, a bit of black metal, death metal, groove metal, whatever, and they're all very discernible. You can point to a section in each track and go, that's the groovy part, that's the black metal part. And I think if many other bands did that, I'd call it a clusterfuck of ideas, or worse, it feels like you're good at many things but master of none. However, everything Moon Reaper do is fully committed and done to such an awesome standard, no matter what kind of metal they're drawing from in each specific moment. It's awesome stuff. It's a worthy title of the EP, Black Sun Sorcery. This song is fucking killer. That being said, though, I think Astra Hypnosis might be the best Moon Reaper song ever. In a similar vein to the title track, it's very open at times, making it very epic and huge, but every element of their sound features within this song at some point, and it's all done to its absolute best. The guitar work is top notch, the vocals are of course insane, but the low end as well, the low end rhythm is so weighty. A big part of this band's sound are those bass and drums and how booming and weighty they are. It's really, they're dealing with cosmic scale here. It should sound massive, and it absolutely does. It's hard to pick out a key moment in this song because it's just flawless all the way through, but I think the last section of the song is the bit that does it the most justice. I think a lot of people are going to gravitate to this band because of just how crushingly heavy they are, which is valid. They are indeed crushingly heavy, but it's bits like this that I think truly demonstrates the quality of their songwriting when they layer up all these different things for such a huge payoff to the end of a song. It's incredible, and that's how you should end an epic song, by taking it up to 11. And I love how the single guitar almost leads into the somber bass line that opens the closing track, Necrochasm. The atmosphere is palpable, and it makes that sudden drop all the more epic, with a guttural vocal that reminded me a lot of Michael Ackerfeld from, that era of Opeth. This song is all about the tension and release. I love the part where the vocals are right at the forefront, while the guitars are just slightly back, playing one of the most evil riffs of the whole thing, and that's saying a lot, which then leads into the tension-filled, heavy build-up, which cues the meatiest breakdown that you're probably going to hear all year. Then throughout the second half, it just adds more and more layers to build that scope right back up again, and it doesn't stop climbing until the end of the track. Much like Astro Hypnosis, it ends with atmosphere. I always like closing tracks to feel like closing tracks, and this song absolutely achieves that. Shock horror, Moon Reaper's new EP is fucking amazing. I mean, you didn't really need me to tell you that, did you? But anyway, I adored Descent, as many of you well know. Black Sun Sorcery completely destroys it. This new lineup has allowed this band to fill every sonic element that they needed to make one of the best things I've heard all year, and I'm being completely serious. It's heavy as fuck, but it also adds tons of scope that goes beyond just being brutal. The insane vocals, insane musicianship across the board. This band now feels fully formed and ready to dominate the UK metal scene. Moon Reaper have such a strong sense of identity in their sound now, one that you need to discover if you've not done so already. This is why people need to get out there and look for underground metal. It pisses me off to no end when I see people just look at the big modern bands of the genre and decry that metal is not what it used to be anymore. Now, I quite like a lot of the big bands in the genre right now, but all that is just the tip of the iceberg. You're willing to do a little bit of searching, you'll find bands like Moon Reaper, who prove that metal is more alive and heavy and epic than ever before. Black Sun Sorcery drops on June 7th. Go and give it a listen as soon as you are able to. It is fantastic. Thank you again, Moon Reaper, for sending me the EP ahead of release. Always appreciate it, guys. You guys are amazing. But more importantly, thank you all for watching. Go listen to some amazing heavy metal, and we'll see you in the next video.